Hey guys, and welcome back to Mary J's Hauls. As I mentioned in my last video, after I was giving the results of my H. pylori treatment for my chronic idiopathic urticaria or chronic hives, we have made our way here. So guys, if you have not watched that video, this video and all the H. pylori videos are pretty intertwined to some extent. As we try and figure this out, I am digging deeper and deeper into this crazy, what doctors call known knowledge that they just don't talk about, and there are very easy ways of seeing why. So let's get started. So hydrochloric acid and chronic hives. So what is hydrochloric acid? Let's start with that. Hydrochloric acid is the acid that our stomach needs in order to break down our supplements, our food, everything else. It's needed for killing bacterial overgrowths, as well as kicking viruses out, and so many more beneficial things. The only place that hydrochloric acid lives in is our stomach, and it is to basically clean out everything before everything gets processed and absorbed by the body. Now, while I was researching stuff on the H. pylori treatment, I started realizing there is a strong correlation not only between H. pylori, but between stomach acid and a whole major host of issues. And we will get to the reason why doctors do not talk about this, because it is well known and it is out there why they do not talk about this and why they are willing to do what they are doing to us. So to start off, I just want to go ahead and say that most people with chronic idiopathic urticaria typically take a whole set of pills, including antihistamines, antacids, because when taken together, it works as a stronger version of an antihistamine, Singular, which is an H2 blocker, as well as sometimes prednisone, which is a steroid. And if you have not seen my video on it, get off of it now. Not a joke, for real, not a joke. I spent 2 years on it and it ruined my life. So I'm just warning you guys, it's not the way to go. There are other things out there, such as mast cell activation medications that are natural that you can take to at least subdue your hives while you're working to figure out what is causing them. Okay, but let's get back to it. So the correlation between hives and low hydrochloric acid in the stomach. So low stomach acid has been known to promote bacterial overgrowth, which isn't good, and H. pylori is a bacterial overgrowth, so that can stem from that. So hydrochloric acid helps your body to break down, digest, and absorb nutrients such as protein. It also eliminates bacteria and viruses in the stomach, protecting your body from infection. Low levels of hydrochloric acid have a profound impact on the body's ability to properly digest and absorb nutrients. Left untreated, hypochlorhydria can cause damage to the GI system, infections, and a number of chronic health issues. And these health issues are pretty common, and doctors say that they're all normal and natural and give you something to cover it up. But we're going to get into that. Symptoms of low hydrochloric acid: bloating, burping, upset stomach, nausea when waking and taking vitamins and supplements. I got that one. Heartburn, diarrhea, gas, desire to eat when not hungry. I can't tell if I have that one or if it's my brain just likes food. Indigestion, hair loss, undigested food and stool, weak and brittle fingernails, fatigue, GI infections, iron deficiency in other minerals such as B12, calcium, magnesium, protein deficiency, neurological issues such as numbness, tingling, and vision changes. And if you think that some of these are bad, which they are, wait until we move to the next slide. Chronic illnesses associated. There's a number of chronic health conditions associated with low levels of stomach acid. This includes lupus, allergies, asthma, thyroid issues, acne, psoriasis, eczema, gastritis, chronic autoimmune disorders, osteoporosis, anemia, and hives. So lupus is literally your body trying to kill itself. I know because I have someone in my family that has lupus, and never has her doctor ever evaluated her for low stomach acid, which could definitely be the cause of this. But we're going to continue to move forward. So why do people get low hydrochloric acid? This can happen for a number of reasons, including age, stress, vitamin deficiencies, medications, having an H. pylori infection, and surgery. So as we break some of these down more, B vitamins seem to be highly intertwined, or deficiencies in B vitamins seem to be highly intertwined in low stomach acid. Yet if you have low stomach acid and you don't fix the problem, taking a B supplement, vitamin B supplement, isn't gonna 100% fix it, because your body doesn't have enough stomach acid in it to break down and absorb the nutrients from it. So you're just taking endless pills, which is what I've been doing until I came across this. So I've spent like a week putting all this information together because I had to piecemeal it from all these different places, but they are pretty correlated. Now, as I said, H. pylori, which is the treatment plan that I just did, it took me about 2 weeks and it was completely natural, is a bacterial infection, and it is the common cause of gastric ulcers. And if it's left untreated, it can cause decreased stomach acid. So before you guys even dive into the low hydrochloric acid realm, definitely go through my treatment program. It's only 2 weeks long and it's natural. It will cost you no more than probably 30 or 40 bucks max for the 3 medications that I mentioned. Go through it and eradicate the H. pylori from your body. That's one way of kicking it out. Now, coming to the medications part, this one is a huge one because, as I said before, most people with chronic hives tend to take antihistamines as well as antacids to prevent hives. Well, hives can be caused by low stomach acid, and something that can cause it is an antacid. So, taking antacids or medications prescribed to treat ulcers and acid reflux, such as PPIs, for a long period of time may also lead to hypochlorhydria. If you have these medications and you are concerned that you have symptoms of low stomach acid, speak with your doctor about making changes. Don't speak to your doctor. Literally, comment down below in the comments. I'll respond. I've spent over $30,000 in the last year just on medical bills, trying to do this naturally. And I'm doing this so that you guys don't have to spend that kind of money, and so that you guys don't have to be on literally life-altering medications that can cause futures of problems to come. So we will go ahead and move on. And also, of course, chronic stress causes literally everything. So it's always good to try and mitigate stress. And age, of course. So why don't we know about this? Why don't we know that antacids taken long-term can cause low stomach acid, which literally creates more issues? And why do doctors just hand them out like candy for acid reflux when acid reflux is caused by low stomach acid? Acid reflux is not the process of having too much stomach acid. It is a factor of having too low stomach acid. Yet they give us these antacids, which even further decreases our level of stomach acid, making our heartburn worse. But they pop it out to us like candy. So why do we still use acid blockers and antacids like candy? There are a few reasons. Dr. Wright's book does point out that antacids are a $7 billion a year industry. Follow the money if you ever want to figure out why something is pushed so hard. The money in marketing makes sure our pill boxes stay full. Otherwise, the other could be lack of training. Some doctors haven't delved into some natural remedies for heartburn. And that's another thing. They're taught by the companies that make heartburn medications that if they experience heartburn, give them something that literally puts a Band-Aid on it, but makes the overall system worse so that they have to keep using it every single day. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Okay, keep it on moving. Okay. So how to test. Now, this one is a big one, and there are a bunch of ways of doing it. Now, I put 2 different types of tests on here. One is a couple $100, and the other one is completely free, although it is not as accurate. The Heidelberg capsule is definitely considered the gold standard of figuring out if you have low stomach acid. They literally put a small capsule with a radio transmitter is ingested to measure the pH of the stomach as you drink the solution with the baking soda. Baking soda reduces acidity in the body. The baking soda will naturally neutralize, and the HCl in the stomach, hydrochloric acid, I think. If the body does not return to normal, it is a sign of hypochlorhydria. This test provides a graph showing your specific stomach response to the baking soda challenge and can help to determine if you have hydrochlorhydria. Hyperchlorhydria, high stomach acid, or achlorhydria. I'm terrible at pronunciation, guys. It can basically test for high stomach acid, low stomach acid, or complete lack of acid. And it's a cost about $350, and it is not covered by most insurance plan. Well, I wonder why. Because, I mean, if you have these symptoms such as heartburn, hives, etc., they don't want to test you to make sure you have low stomach acid. They want you to buy their antacid pill. So the next one you can do from home. It is recommended that you test this about 3 times, and you do it in the morning before drinking, before eating, before consuming anything. Okay, so this one I will be trying tomorrow morning. It is the baking soda stomach acid test. And you mix 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda into 4 to 6 ounces of cold water. Drink the soda solution. Time how long it takes a burp to occur. Time it up to 5 minutes. If you have not burped within 5 minutes, it may be a sign of insufficient stomach acid. Now, to elaborate on this a little bit more, guys, they're not talking about like tiny burps of air that you might have consumed while drinking the water. It will be a bigger burp overall. So giving it up to 5 minutes. If you have not had a bigger burp within 5 minutes, that does indicate that you do have low stomach acid. And so I would do this literally for 3 days in a row, test it out, write it down, see what the things are, and you can kind of figure it out yourself, because we're about to dive into some natural ways of fixing low stomach acid. So if you do not want to spend a lot of money, but you are dedicated to fixing your chronic hives and you don't fully agree with the doctors anymore because they haven't helped at all, let's figure this out, and let's take the natural path. So treatments for low hydrochloric acid. Now there are several different treatments. Eat protein foods at the beginning of your meal to stimulate digestive enzymes necessary for digesting protein. Chew thoroughly. Limit liquid intake during meals. Until at least 30 minutes after a meal, allow for proper stomach acid production, pathogen sterilization, and protein metabolism. Stay hydrated between meals. To support proper gut motility, this pushes the contents of the intestines out of the body instead of back into the stomach. This is very important for those who are prone to SIBO. Now, I have had SIBO and I could have it again. SIBO is something that happens pretty often in people that like to eat healthy. It is small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. Now, I've treated for SIBO before, and it is possible to do naturally, and some of those things you can also overlap with the H. pylori treatment because they have similar medications such as emulsified oil of oregano because it is super potent, as well as grapefruit seed extract. So there's a bunch of options out there. I've done series literally on all these. I've done them on SIBO. I've done it on Moltox. I've done it on Candida overgrowth. I've done it on pretty much everything that could be related to hives, but I'm also always finding new things that could be related to hives. So betadine hydrochloride. This is a supplement that helps support healthy gut function and safely restore normal gastric acidity. Do not confuse betadine HCI with anhydrous betadine or methyl donor nutrient, a methyl donor nutrient taken to control homocysteine levels. So you want to look for betadine hydrochloride. I'm sorry, some of these medical words are hard. HCI with pepsin. Add these to your diet when you consume protein. When you feel warmth in your stomach, that means you are taking enough. Then back down a notch and monitor your response. Some people need 1 capsule, others need more, as everyone is unique. So pepsin is usually used in conjunction with HCI. Pepsin is considered very safe when administered to assist digestion. Digestive enzymes help to break down food proteins and make sure you get a high quality blend. Now, I am anti-probiotics at this point because probiotics are what set off my hives, and it could be a result of having low stomach acid because I've been on antacids now for the last probably 15 years. 15 years! Not to mention I was taking Zantac for at least 8 or 9 of those years before it was recalled due to cancer-causing properties. Yay! Go Big Pharma! So digestive enzymes, I'm not really a fan because if you have a bacterial overgrowth, it's going to feed the good and the bad bacteria, and it's just going to cause your bacteria to get out of control. So I stay away from them right now. Apple cider vinegar. Take 1 tablespoon in a bit of water right before a meal, and it can help with digestion. Fermented foods also help with proper digestion. They are also antimicrobial and help fight off H. pylori, the arch enemy of stomach acid production. So do the H. pylori treatment program before testing and treating for low, or you can test for low stomach acid and then go to the H. pylori treatment program. That is going to be the most beneficial way of figuring out and eradicating low stomach acid. Now, if you are on antacids for hives, such as Pepcid or anything that has famotidine in it, you probably do have low stomach acid. You are literally blocking the stomach acid production. And as soon as you stop those medications, you are going to get heartburn so bad. And you know why? Because your stomach acid is still low, not because it's high, because it's too low. And there are natural ways of preventing heartburn and stuff, and it is not an anti-acid. It's a kind of pro-acid. You want more stomach acid, not less. So fermented foods, those are all great. Overall, kind of this is what I will be doing for the next couple of weeks, is kind of trying to figure out what my stomach acid levels are and if I can elevate them using natural remedies. I'm excited to see tomorrow what it's like. I am going to stop taking my antacid tonight for my hives. Yes, that might mean my hives are a little bit worse for a little while, but I am absolutely willing to do it because I have heard of the correlation from not only science-backed studies, but also from common people like you and I who went to a natural doctor. They tested them for this, and they eventually got help with it. So this is not just, I didn't just pull this out of my ass. This is legit information. And like I said, definitely go back and watch the H. pylori videos first. I think there's 3 of them all together. 1 is prepping for it, 2 is what to take for it, and 3 is the outcome of it. And these will all be really great informational tools because, as it says, H. pylori is the arch nemesis of stomach acid production. So overall, I hope you guys liked my video. Make sure to click the like, the subscribe, and comment below. I'm putting these out there, guys, for everyone. I'm hoping that this will reach people that have chronic idiopathic urticaria, as I am literally taking it way farther than I've ever heard anyone else take it, because I know there is a solution, and the problem is most likely our current medical system. Not going to lie. So click that like, click the subscribe, get my stuff out there for everyone else, because this will help for years and years to come if we can figure it out. So thanks for watching Mary J's Natural Health, and I hope you have a good one.